Welcome. We're glad you can make it. I'm Athena Small, and this is Refounding Democracy. This YouTube channel is dedicated to thinking together about how to restore our democracy. We can all feel that something has gone wrong. There are lots of assaults on our democratic values, our democratic systems and institutions from all kinds of directions. We saw the dramatic footage, all of us, of January 6, 2021. That was a terrifying day, something that was we never thought we would see, which is an open assault on the peaceful transfer of power from one elected president to another. This is only one example of ruptures that we're seeing all over the place with election denial, voter suppression, trampling of basic human rights around the US, and the things that are happening not just in the US, but around the world, with the Russian assault on Ukraine being an assault of a authoritarian power trying to stop a democratic government from maintaining its hold in authority, and in lots of other places. There, we can feel and see a worldwide assault of authoritarianism on democracy. What we don't seem to have enough of is a clear understanding of why, what's going on, and most important, what to do about it. So that's what this channel is about. We're going to be working really on three things. First, we're going to be working the world of ideas. So why ideas? Well, democracy is an idea. The United States was born from a set of ideas that were powerful and important. And we believe, we'll get to who we is in just a minute, we believe that to address the problems with our democracy right now and to confront the authoritarian challenge, we need to do a better job of understanding in the world of ideas what's gone wrong and what we can do to update and fix democracy as we find it now. So the second piece of this is community. This is not just an entertainment channel. It's not just a show and tell channel. This channel is an organizing vehicle for community, for you. We want to hear from you. We want you to participate in this project of refounding and revitalizing our democracy. And we'll get to in a little bit to how we're going to do that, but we want to make clear that we want you to be a participant in this conversation. And finally, third, we want this to be fun. That's the third. Think of it as the three-legged stool of ideas, community, and fun. We're going to be inviting you as participants in the conversation of this idea, of these ideas, and to actually think about a really important question. What does democracy look like in the 21st century, in the new world that we find ourselves in? Is it exactly the same? Do we need to update it? We see lots of problems with our democracy, but what we don't see enough of, we think, is thinking about solutions, and particularly thinking about the vision of what democracy looks like in the 21st century. And as the saying goes, if you don't know what you want, you're unlikely to get it. So we need to have a clear idea of what we want, how we're going to build and rebuild and revitalize our democracy for the 21st century. So so those are the 3 points: ideas, community, and fun. So ideas, let me talk a little more about the ideas, the sort of ideas that idea space that I'm coming from and that the other central players in this initiative are coming from. So again, my name is Athena Small. I am by training an economist. And so I come trained in this set of ideas that have to do with incentives and self-interest and contracts and profit. And I know all about that stuff. I also can see some stuff that's missing from that story. That's a story, these are the stories about what I would think of as the spiritual dimension of the human experience and including the economic experience, and the importance of human relationships that go beyond self-interest. This is part of what I think about when I think about the economy. Joining me are two philosophers. Peter Lupu and Pini Ben Or are both trained philosophers. We actually, the three of us met 40 years ago, more or less, at Columbia University around the philosophy department there. So we've been having this conversation for a long time. And we decided it would be fun to invite you to pull up a chair and join us in this discussion. We've been, the things that we've been talking about. One of the key ideas that we've been talking about lately is the concept of a social covenant. Now, what is that? You may, if you've done any political philosophy, you've heard of the notion of a social contract. Think of Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, and if you don't know about that, it's okay, we'll get into it. But the idea of a social covenant is it adds to the social contract the spiritual dimension. It adds the dimension of how we as human beings relate to each other beyond the level of self-interest. It says that when we come together to form a republic, we're doing something that is not just about our self-interest. It's not just about forming a contract. It's actually changing who we are and creating something that is spiritually resonant and important. And the social contract, the social covenant, to put it in simple terms, again, we'll go into this more in the course of the series, but in simple terms, it articulates who we are as a people, that is where we've come from and how we got to be where we are, what our core values are, and what is our vision for the future? What is our vision for the kind of society that we're trying to create as we come together to create a republic? This kind of thinking at this level, we think has been insufficiently realized in the US today and in other countries, democratic countries around the world. And that tapping in and understanding and strengthening our articulation of these three themes, who we are as a people, what are our values, and what is our vision for the future? This will strengthen our democracy and make us more resilient to against attacks from outside. So that's again, a core concept is the social covenant. We'll be looking throughout the series at how this concept was born, and what was our original social covenant and how this has changed over the course of US history. And we'll actually go back and look at how it's played out in lots of other places as well. The notion of a covenant actually goes all the way back to ancient Israel and is described in the Hebrew Bible. Let me make clear, we're not a bunch of religious fundamentalists. That's not the point. What we are thinkers who look to lots of different sources to understand ideas that can help us now. So that's all a brief preview on the ideas side. On the community building side, we are going to be inviting you to participate in this in several ways. We're going to be inviting your comments and your suggestions about this conversation. We're going to be inviting your comments and suggestions about who to bring on as guest speakers. We're going to be doing this in the form of a live stream every Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. in Eastern time in the US, adjusted time zones wherever you are in the world. And we'll also be linking this to a Substack channel where we'll be posting the videos and also posting the weekly newsletter and other materials. Everything about the Refounding Democracy project will be free there. Really want you to read it and participate and comment. If you are in a position to be able to subscribe financially for a small monthly contribution, that really helps us out. But whether you can or not, we want your participation. Finally, the fun, well, some of what we want to do is actually write down together and think together, what kind of new system, what do we want our social covenant to look like? What do we want to articulate in our statement of who we are as a people, what are our values, and where are we going? What is our goals of this society? And we think ideas and community generate fun, and we want this to be a fun process. So we're really excited about having you join us. If you are watching this, I hope you agree that we've got work to do, that our democracy does need help, but that these are solvable problems. And we are focused here on solutions, not just on feeling bad about the bad things that are happening. So please join us. Please join us by, there's things that really help us out. You can like this video, more important, subscribe to the channel, and also go over to our Substack at refoundingdemocracy.com. Again, I'm Athena Small, and we welcome your participation in refounding democracy. Until next time, we'll see you soon.